What's happening, guys? It's Bharat Nagpal for iGyaan, and today we're going to be unboxing the Samsung Gear 2 and the Gear Fit. Now, both of these boxes come identical to the Samsung Galaxy S series boxes, and they've been doing this sort of packaging for quite some time now. So they give this wooden finish on their box. The Gear Fit has an MRP of about 16,800, but is roughly available for about 12,000 in the Indian market. And the Gear 2 has an MRP of about 22,550, but it's available for a good under 20,000 price bracket. So the first thing I'm going to unbox is the Gear Fit. So let's do that. Cut through this box. And that's the Gear Fit. I'm going to pull that to the side for the time being and see what else is inside. So we get just a USB to micro USB charging cable, and then a adapter that will help us to charge the Gear Fit. You of course get some documentation inside the box. This tiny little adapter is what's going to help you charge the device, and if you lose it, then you're basically done. But we're going to look at all these things later. Let's take a look at the Gear Fit right now. So this guy runs on Tizen, and it has a curved OLED display, as you can see over here. It's one of the first wearables with a curved display, which is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and power it on. We'll have to download the Gear Fit Manager on the phone to start this device up. So we're going to look at that in just a minute. You can see you have a nice rubber strap over here, and you have these metal clips to tie this on your hand, and depending on what your hand width is, you can choose what size it is. So you have an adjustable strap over here. Let's go ahead and unbox the Gear 2 now, and we'll cut through this box as well. So that's the Gear 2. It comes in the rose gold finish, which is nice. So we have the black and rose gold finish over here. And again, you get a charging dock sort of thing for the Gear 2. And you get documentation, which is over here. So you get the warranty card and some quick start guides over here. And that's about it. Gear 2 comes with a clasp as opposed to a standard strap. So you get a rose gold finished clasp over here as well. And of course it's adjustable, so depending on what your size is, you can move the clasp around and adjust the length of the strap so that it fits your wrist properly. Now the back side of the Gear 2 is a heart rate monitor, as is on the back side of the Gear Fit. And you can see the charging pins are also at the back on both these cases. So now we are trying to pair the Gear Fit with the Samsung Galaxy S5, and it'll mostly work with most Samsung devices that will come with the Gear Fit Manager. If you can download the Gear Fit Manager on your Galaxy device, it's going to work. Now I'm trying to connect to the Gear Manager and the Gear Fit via the Gear Manager. So let's do that and try to connect to the Gear Fit. So now it's installing a software update onto the Gear Fit, and you get like this small little screen that gives you the update information. We'll be back when it's done. Okay, so while this is setting up, I'll give you a quick rundown of the specifications of this guy. It has a 1.84-inch curved Super AMOLED display, which is fantastic. It is a touchscreen display, as you guys already know. This guy is also IP67 certified. That means it's water and dust resistant to quite an extent. It also has an inbuilt accelerometer, a gyroscope, and a heart rate sensor. And a typical usage scenario would put it into 3 to 4 days of use without requiring a charge. In most other scenarios, it should work up to 5 days is what Samsung claims, but we've seen reports of it only lasting about 2 days, which would be quite disappointing considering the fact that a fitness band shouldn't require a recharge every second day. So it's also a watch, so it gives you your date and time information over here. As you can see, I'm trying to set it up. So you can connect to your mobile phone obviously and get some information in there. So I'm just going to run through this, and you can see now we are connected to the Gear Fit, and I can show some information from here. I can go into my S Health settings from here as well. So I'm installing the new application so that we can get it up and going. So now that it's installed, I'm going to go into settings over here for S Health. For the Gear Fit, and then it gives you all that information. You can transfer that information from here to there. Then you have a home screen stylus. You can choose your wallpaper, or you can go into more images, and you can pull out images from your gallery, etc. That will show up over there. And then you can of course go and set your notifications onto what all do you need. So you can get your previous messages. You can get Smart Relay, which is basically it's going to show the content of your gear on your mobile phone. And then of course you can set up all that you want. So you can get weather information over there as well. You can even get information from some apps if you want to do that. We'll set it up and check it out how that looks later on. So if I go through the Gear Fit right now, so this is our home screen, so to speak, and you can see once I enabled weather information over there, it's starting to show up over here. I can go into my notifications, so I can see my messages, for example, which are over here. I can switch between messages, which is kind of cool. I also have a media controller that will help me play some music from here. And then of course we have settings that will again let me change my wallpaper. So if I want to change to a brighter sort of purple or a colored display sort of, it's going to do that. I can also change the way my clock shows. So I like the textual display that they have, so I might shift to that. You can also set up your brightness from here and go into outdoor mode, which is brightness level 6. It becomes really bright. You can also define what wrist you're on, so it's going to take up everything. It's going to switch that to the right side instead of the left side, so the display will flip around. And you can also rotate display into a vertical display, so it becomes like this, which is slightly more convenient to read if you ask me. So that'll give you the time like that in a vertical manner. So that's a quick look at the Gear Fit. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Gear 2, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Basically, you also have a video preloaded that tells you how to set up Gear 2. So I'm going to go into the Gear Manager on my phone over here real quick, and it'll search for devices. I'm going to go into the Gear 2, and you have different applications. So for the Gear Fit, you have the Gear Fit Manager, and for the Gear 2, you have the Gear Manager. So again, I'll just quickly run through this, and you can see that the device has been set up, and I've started to get notifications over here. So press this button to go back to the home screen. You can swipe right or left depending on where you want to go and what you want to do. So you have a pedometer over here, you have your exercise routine. You can also check your heart rate at any time, and you can also tell the device that you're going to sleep. So you have a sleep mode. Then you also have voice memos. You have S voice that you can activate from here. You also have the remote settings from here, so you can go into watch on, and if you have your television etc set up, you can do that. You can jump into the camera real quick, and you have a camera on this device, so you can tap to click a picture and it'll save it on the device and transfer it to the Samsung Galaxy S5 as well. You can also go into focus mode, photo size. So if you do that, you can see that you can get a full HD sort of picture from this, which is decent, I guess, from a smartwatch. You can also jump into your contacts etc from here, and then of course you have controls, so you can increase the volume of the gear if you want to, and then you can also go into brightness settings over here as well, so you can go into outdoor mode on this as well. You can swipe down to go back always, so wherever you are you can swipe down to come back to the home screen. You have an inbuilt pedometer, so that tells you how many steps you've walked in case you want to do that. So a good set of things on the Gear 2 as well. So if we talk about the Gear 2, we have a 1.63 Super AMOLED display, which is a 320 pixel by 320 pixel display. We have a 2 megapixel autofocus camera over here, and this one, just like the Gear Fit, is also IP67 certified. You also have an accelerometer, a gyroscope, and a heart sensor in this. And this gives about 2 days of usage, which is what people have found. And both of these devices come with Bluetooth 4.0, which is low energy. So it allows you to connect with your smartphones with Bluetooth 4.0. Also, a bunch of things can be activated for the Gear 2. So you have a lot more happening on the Gear 2. And you can also install some applications that will run on the Gear 2. So a bunch of things over here. We'll be back with our full reviews soon enough, so stay tuned for that. If you have any questions or queries, or if you want any special kind of tests for these devices, do let us know and we'll try and get that done in our videos. This has been Bharat Nagpal, guys. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV for iGyaan Networks.